A claps. What up, Heinekens? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Real Housewives of Orange County, Season 18, Episode 11 recap video. This week's episode was so good. All right, let's get into it. So we start off finding out that Jen is going to have a party at her and Ryan's house. So this is like her first little gathering or whatever, and welcoming everybody over to her new abode. Shannon tells Gina, who comes by her house to visit her, that John's attorney said they're standing on the fact that they want those videos for blackmail purposes. The exact words used were, John needs some sort of insurance policy in case Shannon goes off the rails. The fact that his lawyer said that, like, what kind of quack lawyer would put that in writing to another lawyer? Like, that's not illegal? Like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, no way. Now, Alexis has stated here recently that they will not be releasing the videos. Of course they're not, because it's against the law. First of all, because it's obvious that you guys were like trying to extort her or blackmail her, which was so stupid. Like, just get them off of my television screen. Like, Alexis really ruined her opportunity coming back on this show. She really ruined it. She has acted like a big buffoon. So Gina tells Jen and Katie that Heather gave her a size 12 dress when they did the fashion show, and that she was the only one asked to bring jeans. And she begins to cry because she felt like she wasn't fitting in with the other ladies, and was trying to like gauge their opinions on whether or not they felt like Heather might have been like trying to be funny and put her on blast. I don't think that Heather was trying to do that to her at all. I think that once again, these are all Emily's insecurities that she is putting off onto Heather, because she has this thing cooked up in her head where she is not good enough for Heather Dubrow. And I don't bit more think that Heather is thinking about her. To be honest with you. And I wish somebody would tell her that, girl, you are way more into Heather and got Heather on your mind than Heather has you on hers. And you need to reevaluate that. Go talk to somebody, because you look crazy. And Emily even says, I still feel like Heather looks at me as the big girl. When has she ever said that you were a big girl? These are all of the thoughts that you have in your head about yourself. So, Emily says that she's aware that she's emotional because she just got testosterone shots, pellets, whatever in her buttocks. So if you know that, then maybe it's all in your head, psycho. Like, I don't understand these women. By the way, I want to just say that I love Katie and Tamara's daughters. I think that they are both super intelligent, very self-aware. I love that they embrace their womanhood and their independence, and that they not gonna let no man nor no woman run over them. Love those girls. Can't say I love Tamara, but I love her daughter, and I love Katie's daughter. Shannon and Vicky performed at the Helium Comedy Club in St. Louis. The comedy club that they performed at is at the St. Louis Galleria Mall, which is literally 5 minutes away from my house. And I can't remember if I knew that they were coming here or not. I don't think I knew that they were coming here, because I would have went, and I really would have went and, you know, see how the show was live and report it back to you guys. But I didn't know that they were actually coming here. But the next time any housewives come to St. Louis, and if y'all know about it, please make me aware so I can go to the show and get the tea, y'all. But I like Shannon and Vicky together. I think they're a funny duo. I do think that the way Tamara handled the situation was not cool, especially finding out they put so much money and advertising dollars into the Trace Amigas, and then she didn't even have the decency to come to them and say, hey, I'm not going to do this no more because I don't feel comfortable with X, Y, and Z. Instead, she just went to their manager and told him and left the other girls hanging. It's a right way and a wrong way to handle things, and obviously Tamara handled it the wrong way, like she always does. Then we see Jen have a one-on-one conversation with her son Dawson, because she says that, she needs to kick things in high gear with him and start being a tougher parent, because she has been like the cool mom, trying to, fall back and let them do what they want to do or whatever. But now that she's in the household with Ryan, I'm thinking that Ryan is like, nah, girl, we gonna have to get some structure around here. So she had already told the girls that Dawson has been coming in the house late when they were on the girls trip. One night he came home at 12 o'clock at night, bamming on the door or whatever. And like everybody was saying, why is a 17-year-old coming in the house on a school night at 12 o'clock at night? I wish my son would have played in my face like that when he was a teenager. But Jen recognizes that, she has been lackadaisical, and she needs to be more sterner, and that's what she's going to try to do, but she has no idea how to do so. Like, Jen has just been crippled her whole life when it comes to life skills, emotional stability, like everything. Like, I feel so sorry for her because she is just clueless to everything in life, and she's trying. But good God almighty, somebody need to help her. Somebody. So her and her son sit down and talk, and she confronts him about coming in the house late. And he says, sometimes he just be sitting in his car because he doesn't like coming home, and feels like the only thing that they talk about lately is what's wrong with him. And Jen was like, well, I'm going to make sure as your mother that you get up to go to school and that you don't flunk out. Like, that is my job. And like, I'm not going to stop doing it just because you don't like it, pretty much. And Dawson was like, well, when I'm here, I don't feel like I have a personal space. And even though Dad has a 1-bedroom apartment, he understands that it's his space and my space. We both respect each other, but being here, I don't feel like my space is respected. So I feel it would be better to go somewhere else where it is. I feel like I'm closer to Dad. And of course, Jen cries, because that was the last thing that she wanted to hear from her son. But this is the problem, that you even feel like you got a space. Like, you don't got no space, sir. You're living in my space, all right? In Ryan's space. You ain't paying that damn bill around here for you to be sitting up here talking about something you don't feel like you got no space. Now, as a mother, are you supposed to respect your children as a person and, give them, air to breathe? Yes. But you as a 17-year-old not going to come to me talking about, I feel like, I don't have no space and y'all don't respect my space. If you acting a fool and not doing what you supposed to do, yeah, I'm going to check you, excuse you. And then I'm thinking, like, why is her ex-husband in a 1-bedroom house and they got like 95 kids together? Where the kids go when they come to visit him? Everybody sleeping on the floor. And then I'm looking at the son like, you would rather go stay at your daddy house and sleep on the couch, sleep on the floor, than be at your mama and her boyfriend house and sleeping in a bed in a room? Like, okay, if that's what you want, you go right ahead. You go right ahead, sweetheart. I would have been like, you want to help? You want me to help you pack? Because I ain't got no problems. But Jen apologizes to him and, says that, she loves him and she just wants the best for him, and that she sees a lot of herself in him and doesn't want him to make the same mistakes as she did by not applying herself. And she was like, but she gonna let him go stay with his daddy if that's what he want to do. And, she says that she just hopes that he comes back. So it's the day of Jen's little party at the crib. And all the ladies are able to come except for Shannon because, she's out of town with Vicky. Alexis arrives last, and everybody's peeping that like she seems off. And she was like, I haven't talked to you guys about this. It's just a lot going on. And everybody's like, what? Do you want to tell us? Like, what's going on? I just, what, girl? What is happening? It's just, and Tamara was like, girl, what? Like, what is it? So then here she go talking about, it's just everything with this legal battle. And girl, if I was them, I would have been like, oh, girl, bye. Like, that is not your struggle. Stop trying to make fetch happen, Gretch. Like, get out of here with this stupid crap. And she get the crying and crap. You would think she was being sued. Or, like, what is going on with this chick? And so Gina try to be a friend or whatever and go to console her. And here go Alexis. Can you see that I'm hurting? Can you see that I'm hurting? Like, baby, when Emily says she looked like a big ass giraffe in tonight's episode, I holler because now I cannot unsee it. She looked just like a giraffe and it had nothing to do with the hairstyle and the outfit. She just does. Like, oh my God. So they play a little game and Emily is tired of Alexis, like all of us are. They play this little game and one of the things was like pee in the grass. And Tamara gets it. And of course, Tamara literally cops a squat and pisses next to this lady's pool. She didn't even do it in the grass. She did it on the concrete right next to her pool. When I tell you, I would have curb stomped her into the ground. That is the most trifling shit I've ever seen in my life. And I'm knowing she didn't get up and go in the bathroom and wipe afterwards. Then had the nerve to get a cup and scoop up the pool water to then push it into the pool water. Bitch, when I tell you that bitch would have been about my house, that is disgusting. Tamara is such a hillbilly pumpkin eater. Like, I cannot believe that she did that. But then again, yes, I can. And I mean, Emily's the same person that says she eat after her dog. I mean, girl. Ugh. So then everybody's having a good time. And here go Emily ruining the mood by calling herself confronting Heather about her being the only one that had to bring jeans to the fashion show and says that she felt singled out. Meanwhile, producers show a flashback of Heather and Emily walking together, and Emily was like, girl, you have a great butt. Like, oh my God, like you should love your butt. Like your butt is banging, girl. So once again, all of this mess is in Emily's head. Ain't nobody thinking about your body, girl. So Emily says, I didn't even feel good in the dress because Alexis had on the same dress. And on top of that, mine was a size 12 and hers was a size 2. Heather was like, that's not my fault. And in her confessional, Heather goes on to explain, I didn't size them. They gave me their measurements. I sent them to Susan, I guess the designer. They chose the appropriate size. And then she says, and I have news for you. The dress was tight on Emily. It wasn't too big. And I'm looking like, exactly. Because when they showed her in the outfit, I'm like, girl, what was it too big at? It fit you like a glove. What are you talking about? And I'm like, Emily, you have to understand, you are tall. So you are going to be in a bigger size just because you're tall. I have friends of mine that are taller women, and because they're taller, they're in bigger sizes, but that doesn't mean that they themselves are big. So just because she's in a size 12 does not mean that she's obese. Like, her waist is snatched. She looks like she's like a size 8. Like, girl, sit down somewhere. It's just the logistics of your body. So Emily was like, why can't you just say I didn't think of it that way? And Heather was like, I did say that. So then Alexis decides to jump in and was like, she did say that. And then decides to make it about herself by saying to Emily, like, I don't even understand why you're mad at me. Like, you're bringing me in it. Like, I can't help that. And like, girl, she was just making a point. She didn't say that you did something to her. And I'm like, this is Alexa's problem. She wants to have main character energy, and she's literally a backup dancer. Like, girl, get somewhere and sit down. Like, how did you make this about you in this moment? That just really did me over. So Emily was like, I don't even know why you're talking. So Heather was like, you know, I have apologized and you just keep coming after me. And here go Emily. Yes, but this is not an apology. How the fuck is that not an apology? Like, Emily was like geeking, like she was straight tweaking. So Alexis then said, you did apologize, agreeing with Heather. And that's when Emily snapped again. And she was like, you shut up. And I don't blame her, because I could not stand Alexis. So Alexis was like, did you just tell me to shut up? You brought me into this. And Emily was like, you're a wackadoodle. You've been a wackadoodle all night. Katie in her confessional says, I think Heather gets really defensive when she's not painted in this perfect light. Instead of just listening and apologizing and moving on, she makes it about her. And I'm like, okay, now you acting like Emily, because nowhere in that conversation that we saw did she make it about her. She acknowledged her feelings and she apologized, and she also let her know that her feelings were not correct and that she was not trying to be malicious. Now, Katie, you're starting to act weird with this hard on that you have for Heather. When, girl, you the one came into this season starting with her. So you need to stop. You need to stop. Like, you starting to get on my nerves now. Emily then tries to go over to Heather to talk again, but she's still raising her voice. And Heather was like, can you stop yelling at me? And this chick gonna say, you know what? F you. Off and walks away. Like, how do you think you gonna talk to somebody, and then when you can't get your way or bulldoze them, you gonna tell them to off? Like, really, Emily? So Alexis like, I'm going through a lot. I'm already a broken bird. This is crazy. So Tamara was like, you know, this is not okay. Like what Emily did, she was like, you know, that's some BS. Tamara, Heather, and basically all the girls minus Emily and Gina were inside of Jen's house. So Emily and Gina go to leave, and it's hella awkward. Everybody's silent as they're walking past them in the kitchen. And Emily says to Heather, you don't have to look at me like that. And she was like, yes, I can. Like, what? So Alexis then decides she gonna butt in and put her 2 cents in once again. And Emily was like, I didn't ask you. Shut the f- up. You're not involved in this. You're a friend. She checked her real quick. Like, girl, you're not even a housewife. You are a friend of. And she said, shut the fuck up. Shut up, Alexis. Go fuck John some more, you freaking idiot. Now that, honey, was well needed, much deserved, because Alexis is a nincompoop. So I love the fact that she cussed her out. Somebody finally did. Jesus Christ, thank you, Lord. I wish Shannon was there to witness it. But Emily's beef with Heather is a one-sided beef, girl, and you need to like literally get your life in order and go seek therapy. Overall, though, I'm gonna give this week's episode an A+. This was fantastic. Loved it. Gotta say, OC and Salt Lake City. If you have not watched my Salt Lake City review, it's up now, and I gave the season premiere episode an A+, and you get a Keisha's Theater. So make sure you go and check that out. Both franchises are bringing it. Okay, y'all let me know down below in the comment section what you guys thought about this week's episode. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know when my videos drop. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.